Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to add WordPress user in Google Sheets. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to create a new user in my WordPress account, automatically I want to create the record of that same user in my Google Sheets. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between WordPress and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to add WordPress users in Google Sheets. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to create a new user in my WordPress account, I want to create the record of that user in my Google Sheets as well. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between WordPress and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a dialog box is going to appear which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Add WordPress User in Google Sheets. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Okay. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and these are the folders from which I'm going to select WordPress Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Add WordPress User in Google Sheets, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens, and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step. For that, click on this arrow right over here. And for the trigger application over here, we are going to select it as WordPress. So we're going to select our trigger application as WordPress. And for the trigger event, we are going to select it as user registers. We're going to click over here on user registers as a trigger event, because as we want that whenever a new user is created in our WordPress account, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that user. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to connect WordPress to Pabbly Connect. For that, Pabbly Connect has provided us with the webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect WordPress to Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, to follow the steps given here below in the help desk in order to connect WordPress to Pabbly Connect. Firstly, we have to log into our WordPress account. As you can see that this is my WordPress account right over here, and we're going to connect our WordPress account to Pabbly Connect. From the left side of our panel, if you're going to scroll down over here, it says plugins. We're going to click on plugins. Over here it says add new plugin. We're going to click on it. Okay. As soon as you get to do that, over here in the search panel, we have to search for WP Webhooks. Okay, we're going to search for WP Webhooks right over here. As you can see over here, the WP Webhook is provided. You have to download this WP Webhook right over here. As I've already downloaded it, I'm going to move forward. Okay. From the left side of our panel, what we have to do is we have to click on settings right over here then. Okay. As we have installed WP Webhooks. After that, over here, if you're going to click on settings, lastly, it says WP Webhooks. We're going to open this. And as we're going to do that, WP Webhooks page is going to appear in front of you. And over here in this page, we have to click on send data. As we have clicked on send data, over here you can see it is asking for us to search trigger. In the search trigger column, we have to search for user created. Okay, so this is user created. We are going to select user created, and after selecting over here, it is asking for us to add a webhook URL. We're going to click on it. Firstly, we need to give a name to our webhook. So I'm going to give a name to my webhook as demo test. Okay, so this is the name of my webhook, and for the URL, I'm going to paste the URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us, and then we're going to click on add for create user right over here, okay? And as you can see right over here, the webhook is successfully active in the name of demo test and the URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. So this means that we successfully added a webhook in our WordPress account. If I'm going to take you back to my workflow, over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we're going to create a test user in my WordPress account, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the user being created in my WordPress account or not. For that, I'm going to open a WordPress account. I'm going to click on users and then on add new user right over here. As soon as you're going to do that, over here it is asking for the details to create a new user. For the username, I'm going to give a username as test demo. This is the username, test demo, okay? For the email over here, I'm going to enter it as testdemo@pabblytunes.com. For the first name, I'm going to give it as test. Last name, I'm going to give it as demo123. Next, it is asking for the website. For the website over here, I'm going to enter the Pabbly Connect's URL. So I've entered the website over here. Next, it is asking for the password. I'm going to select the existing password right over here. For the mobile number, I'm going to add in a dummy mobile number. And then for the user role, I'm going to select it as customers, okay? And then I'm going to click on add new user. Then user page is going to appear in front of you, on which in the search bar, we have to search for test demo, okay? So I'm going to search for test demo over here. I'm going to search for the user. And as you can see over here, a user is created in the name of test demo. I'm going to open this user. You can see that a user is created in the name of test demo with the first name as test, last name as demo123, nickname as test demo. Over here for the email as testdemo@pabblytunes.com, and for the website, we have entered Pabbly Connect's website and all the other details. So now we're going to open our workflow that we have created in our Pabbly Connect account, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of this new user being created or not. For that, I'm going to open a workflow that I've created. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, as you can see right over here, a new response is received in our Pabbly Connect account. If we're going to tally the response, for the nickname as test demo, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, for the first name as test, last name as demo123, for the role as customer right over here, for the login name as test demo, and all the other details with the email as testdemo@pabblytunes.com. So this means that we successfully connected WordPress to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. As our objective is that whenever a new user is going to be created in our WordPress account, automatically the record of that user should also be created in our spreadsheet. For that, what we are going to do is we are going to set up our action step, and for the action application, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. So we're going to select our action application as Google Sheets, and for the action event as add new row, and then we're going to click on connect. In order to connect Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect, a new window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection. But if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, over here it says sign in with Google. We are going to click on it. Then a new window is going to appear which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow, as a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, over here it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I have created a spreadsheet in the name of WordPress user details. In this spreadsheet, I want to create the record of my new users that I've created in my WordPress account. So what we are going to do is, for the spreadsheet over here, we're going to select it as WordPress users details. Next, it is asking for us to select a sheet. For the sheet over here, I have created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1. So for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Next, it is asking for the user ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, and the role. So in my spreadsheet that I've created, you can see I've created these 6 fields in the name of user ID, first name, last name, email, phone number, and the role. And I want that whenever I create a new user in my WordPress account, automatically the record of that user should be created under these 6 fields right over here. So over here, you can see in our workflow, these are the same fields that we have created in our spreadsheet, okay? And for the details of these fields, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step of our workflow. The question arises, how we're going to do that? For that, firstly, we have to click on this field right over here. As soon as we're going to do that, it says WordPress users registers. This was the previous step of our workflow, as you can see, okay? So what we are going to do is we're going to click on this arrow, and this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. Firstly, it is asking for the user ID. So I'm going to map the data of the ID that we have received in our previous response. This is the ID, okay? So as I've selected the data is mapped, and as the data is mapped, the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the data right over here in place of this mapped data is going to be updated. Similarly, it is asking for the first name. We are going to map the data of the first name of our user. For the last name, we're going to map the data of the last name of our user. For the email, we're going to map the data of the email of our user. For the phone number, we're going to map the data of the phone number of our user. And lastly, for the role, we are going to map the data of the role of our user, okay? And after filling all the details, I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. As we have done that, over here response is received, and the response that we have received is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created with the help of Google Sheets, and I'm going to check whether the record of the new user that we have created in our WordPress account is created in our spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Sheets. And yes, as you can see right over here, the record of the new user being created is successfully created in our spreadsheet. For the user ID, the ID of my user, for the first name as test, last name as demo123, email as testdemo@pablitudes.com, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and for the role as customer. So this means that we successfully created an automation between WordPress and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for you guys, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create another user in my WordPress account, and I'm going to check whether the record of that user is created in my spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to create a new user in my WordPress account. For that, we have to click on this users and add new user right over here. So now I'm going to first fill in the details of my new user. So I've filled in the details of my new user in my WordPress. For the username as smartaccount123, email as smartaccount123@pablitudes.com. For the first name as smart, last name as account123, website as the Pabbly Connects website right over here. For the password, for the mobile number, dummy mobile number, and for the role as customer. After that, I'm going to click on add new user right over here. As you can see right over here, the new user is created in our WordPress account. I'm going to open this user. For the name as smart, last name as account123, email as smartaccount123@pablitudes.com. That means a new user is created in our WordPress account. So if I'm going to open my spreadsheet, you can see a record of the new user is successfully created in my spreadsheet as well. For the user ID, the ID of my user, first name as smart, last name as account123, email as smartaccount123@pablitudes.com. For the mobile number, dummy mobile number, and lastly for the role as customer. So this means that we successfully created an automation between WordPress and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, my objective is that as soon as I'm going to create a new user in my WordPress account, automatically I wanted to create the record of that user in my Google Sheets. For that, I've simply created an automation between WordPress and Google Sheets with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.